What's up everyone, it's Scotty with MoneyVest. So today we are going to be talking about Nvidia stock, and since it is red on the day it's been selling off, I'm wearing a red t-shirt to cover the largest company in the world, or at least it was for a very brief couple days, and it's now back under the $3 trillion market cap, of course back under Apple and Microsoft's reign of course, the most valuable companies in the world. Is down a little bit over 5.5%. Market cap's now sitting at $2.93 trillion, selling off quite a bit. So we're going to take a look at this company, and it is actually quite an interesting dynamic and why it is selling off right now, because of a lot of insider sales happening. And in the past, as I've mentioned before, that there's very few insider transactions that happen that give us a very clear idea on what the insiders are looking to do. Of course, the first one is when they buy a stock, right? When anybody's buying a stock, regardless of whether it's an insider or any company CEO, or executive, or employee, they're buying for one single reason. They're buying because they believe that the stock is undervalued and they believe that there is potential long-term for that company. They only buy for that very reason. Whether it's you buying, whether it's me buying, whether it's your neighbor buying, whoever buys stock, they're buying because they believe that it is undervalued and it has opportunity for the long term. However, that's not the case when somebody is selling a stock, right? You could be selling for a million different reasons: tax reasons, liquidation, margin call, whatever the case might be, options getting exercised. You're buying a new home, so you want to get some cash, or you actually feel that you're bearish on that stock, or you feel like there's no more opportunity, so you're selling a stock. So there could be a lot of different reasons why somebody could be selling a stock. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned that for Jensen Huang and, of course, Nvidia, but I think that is more story because of the fact that it's now happened multiple times, and now you'll notice that Nvidia insiders are selling stock at the fastest pace in years, and CEO Jensen Huang sold another 720,000 shares worth $95 million between 13th and 21st June. So almost $100 million worth of shares. This right here is essentially the insider transaction. So you can see that Jensen Huang, of course, president and CEO, selling a lot of shares with a different cost basis. Then we've got the chief financial officer, Cress Collette. Then we got principal accounting officer. We got the director, Stephen Mark. Then we got operations director. We got director, accounting officer. So a lot of them have been selling stock between March, April, May, June, and now we're going to be entering July. But there has been a lot of sales for this company. And the interesting thing, another interesting thing that I want to break down is the fact that Nvidia became the most valuable company in the world. They are facing a problem where all their engineers are retiring. So they are essentially quitting their jobs. They're retiring because their stock options are now worth $10 to $20 million plus. I have heard about and seen companies suffering from failure, but this is the first time I'm seeing a company suffering from success. And this is from Shravan Tikku on LinkedIn, crazy times. And that is true. I think this is the first time we're seeing, a lot of people kind of leave NVIDIA, whether that's top level engineers, head of operations, or whatever the case might be. People exiting the company because they're rich off of NVIDIA stock and they no longer want to work and they just want to retire on their money that they made from NVIDIA stock. So, that is also top tier talent kind of leaving the industry, leaving the market, leaving the company altogether, which of course has to be accounted for. Just kind of crafts me up because it's crazy funny that you've got a company that's so successful that now people are leaving. It's people are leaving because it's more successful than ever. Crazy world we live in. But anyway, so going back over to the actual stock chart. And before I jump further into this, make sure that you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to get access to this entire platform that we're building here at moneyvest.com. Link's going to be down below. Right now, we're offering a 51% discount on the beta launch, which is going to happen on July 8th. Huge special price discount here, so you can lock this price in forever and of course be eligible for the beta launch. You can type whatever stock you want to analyze here. So right now, for example, let's go over to Nvidia, as I've done this before, but right now the M score is at 3.94, one of the highest rated stocks on our platform. You can come over to the MoneyVest metrics and let's just go over to the last 7 years. You can plot a lot of really interesting things. So let's say that you want to plot for revenue, gross profit. You also want to look at operating income, net income, and free cash flow as well. Now you've got a nice visual representation of how well the company's done over the last 7 years. You can also toggle this and increase for 10 years. And now you've got a nice 10-year overview of the company's fundamentals. You can also look for margins. So again, NVIDIA's margins have, of course, been very, very strong. So right now we're looking at gross margins, operating margins, net margins, and free cash flow margins. And all of them have absolutely exploded in recent years. In 2024, 73% gross margins, looking at over 55% operating margins, over 48% net margins, and over 44% free cash flow margins. And then if you want to take a look at some of the other things, such as the financial table that we've also built on our platform. So if you come down to the MoneyVest metrics, we've got cash and debt and net debt situations. You can also plot that and then take a look at how well the company is doing. So of course, plenty of cash versus debt, which is why the negative net debt of over $17 billion. So a lot of really visual ways of analyzing a stock. But of course, we also do have the valuation at very, very expensive, trading at valuation multiples of well over 40 to 50 times based on the trailing 12 months and forward basis. So if you come over to analyst estimates, we've got a price target with a strong buy rating, 42 ratings, and 36 of them are buy ratings, with a high price target of 157, low price target of $48, an average of about 122. And of course, on a forward price earnings multiple, we're looking at 45 times for Nvidia based on 2025 EPS of just over $2.76. So, we've talked about this stock before. We've kind of went over the fact that, okay, it is coming up to overbought conditions. It is getting, a little too expensive. And I kid you not, when I look at the cost basis breakdown for Nvidia, I kid you not that after this 16% sell-off, my guess is going to be that over 50% of Nvidia investors are going to now be underwater just for this 15 to 16% sell-off, because everyone, of course, has been chasing the stock higher, and a lot of their cost basis is now sitting between 120s and 140s. And since it's now trading at sub 120, it's possible that over half the shareholders in Nvidia could be underwater on this stock. But is the sell-off going to stop here? It could if the buyers step in again and if that momentum starts to come back in. But let's just quickly analyze some of the moving averages, right? So it's right now trading right above that 21 exponential moving average. It's already broken below the 9 EMA, so we can ignore that. When it comes to the 50 exponential moving average, which has also acted as a very strong support for NVIDIA in the past, you can see that we kind of consolidated sideways back in April, and then we exploded even higher. So there are some support levels to keep in mind. The first one, of course, today, we'll see if it actually breaks down below 119.50 and if it closes below that level. And the next support is going to be down at $107 per share for the stock. RSI is coming down, MACD is crossing below the signal line, and so is the L3 banker oscillator. So there's been some heavy insider transactions, history that I showed you, and of course, some of the whales, some of the bigger institutional investors also exiting the stock, which is also causing some more trouble for NVIDIA in the short term. But as I mentioned, long term, this is still a fantastic business, just trades at a bit of an expensive valuation. So we just have to be patient enough for the price to come down so that we can take advantage of it over the long term and start dollar cost averaging or buying the stock once again. So hope you all enjoyed this video and a complete update on NVIDIA. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, make sure that you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Again, if you want to get access to this entire platform, links going to be down below. We'd love to have you on board, and really what we're looking for is a lot of feedback from all of you so we can do better and better job in building this. And NVIDIA's 5-year average, you'll notice, was 29 times earnings on a forward basis. And right now, of course, trading at over 46.7. So that, of course, is a little bit more on the expensive side for the company as well. So hope you all enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Make sure that you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Again, links to our Discord, Patreon is going to be down below. 51% off for the MoneyVest beta launch pricing. That's a special price you can lock in forever. And as always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.